abusive relationship. I mean, that is the huge, huge red flag. And it will be exactly as you said. You know, I trust you, but, you know, your friend's a slut. And, you know, if you're hanging out with her, everybody thinks you're a slut, too. And I don't want people to think of my woman that way. Well, they don't think of your woman that way because she's not a slut. Like, don't be concerned with who her friends are. She's allowed to have her friends. But women buy into this. Oh, he cares so much about me. You know, he doesn't want me to be perceived in this certain way. You know,
yeah,
that's nonsense. He wants to control you. He wants to possess you. He wants to spend, you know, he wants you to have all of your time devoted to him. And by the way, that's what, you know, the texting's about also, too. It's about, you know, power and control.
Yep.
And wants to keep him in your head all the time.
You've struck quite a chord because the emails are coming in like crazy. I want to remind you that you can email and you can check out Dr. Jill Murray's website, drjillmurray.com. The link is right up on our Twitter, twitter.com/CoxWithP. We're going to continue the conversation. This is the longest we've ever had somebody on, and thank you so much for your time. And I'll just leave with this. You know, it's interesting with the holidays. They're a time of reflection in many ways, but it also is like that really is an indicator of holidays always remind you, like Leah and I have been joking about the fact that, you know, she's single going into the holiday, and for her, it's a reminder that she's single. And for a lot of people in bad relationships, it can be a reminder that it's time to reevaluate.
Right.
Because the idea of going toward a holiday, it should be one of, oh, I can't wait to spend this time with this person. And if you have a tinge or a feeling that it's not right, sometimes people hold on to them just so they can have somebody through the holidays. But really, it's a reminder, hey, maybe next holiday this person shouldn't be a part of your life. Am I wrong?
No, you're exactly right. You know, in another month or so, we're going to have a new year. What do you want for yourself, you know, in the next year? Who do you want to be? What do you want for your life? And a lot of women want to, let's say, get married, have a family, blah, blah, blah. And so that's all good. But do you want this creep that you're with now to be in your life forever? I mean, if you have a kid with somebody, they're in your life forever. And I think as adults, we can make decisions for ourselves. If you want a creep in your life and you don't want to bring somebody else into the world with this creep, I guess that's your decision. But if you bring somebody else into the relationship, a child, that's on you then.
Right.
Then you've, you know, destined this innocent little person to have basically this crappy life. Because I invite women, every woman listening now, if you're in a relationship with a guy that you're making excuses for and isn't all that and you're not so great with it, you have to ask yourself, if I had a kid and let's say I had a daughter and she was 16 or 25 or 30 or whatever, and she came home with this boyfriend that I have now, she came home with this guy, would I feel like I had done the very best that I could as a woman to role model for her what she deserves in her life? Or if I have a son and he became this guy who is now my boyfriend, I mean, if that idea is making you nauseous, if it's not good enough for your future kid that you don't even have yet, then it's not good enough for you right now.
I love that. That is a great example. That's wonderful. And again, the mantra throughout: love is a behavior, not just a feeling. Listen, I don't know. You're a big deal because I have to tell you, in 5 years, one email from Kate White directly about who needs to come on the show. You must be rubbing elbows with some pretty important people. Where did you and Kate meet up?
You know, I live in Southern California, and I went to New York last week, and Kate and I met up. I was speaking at a foundation that the actress Mariska Hargitay has called the Joyful Heart Foundation, and it was kind of a big deal thing.
Yeah.
I was invited to talk about this, and she came up to me afterwards, and she also gave me a ride back to my hotel, and we
no way
chatted. Yeah,
two heavyweights hanging out. She's a pretty impressive lady herself, huh? Kate White. That's quite a lady.
She's awesome. You
she
guys
really
are
is.
So great to be working for her. What a spectacular person. I really enjoyed my time with her.
Well, I remind her often how lucky she is to have me working for her.
As well you should, Patrick.
Listen, I've enjoyed this. I would love to do it again. I literally have never had somebody on for an hour. We appreciate the time. Tell the dogs we thank them as well.
I'll tell the Shelties that you give the thumbs up on them.
I can't thank you enough. I think this message is one that probably isn't discussed enough, and it's drjillmurray.com. The books, check out everything. Thank you, Dr. Jill. Really, we really appreciate it.
Love the show. Love you guys, and I'd love to continue the conversation anytime.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that. There she is, Dr. Jill Murray. Here's what we're going to do. Leah's going to say goodbye to Dr. Jill. What we're going to do is we're going to continue the conversation, maybe kind of like a support group. So if you're on hold on. Maybe we can kind of help identify some of this. Maybe a lot of you are going through some of the stuff that you recognized, and it's kind of difficult to talk about. For the next half hour or so, let's have a conversation about it. Let's continue.